TRANSACT experiences, and mental illnesses. Among mental illnesses, psychoses are perhaps the most enriched realm of mental imbalances, which are just effects of causes recorded at the level of the mental body, in the different reincarnation journeys of the integral being. Experiences that travel between one reincarnation and another, attached to the perispirit of the being, and that, like a recorded record, can be played when a stimulus is able to access it, to awaken it, to stimulate it, so that it expresses itself on the relationship level, on the physical or extra-physical level, as a result of the stimulus that comes to the mind of the eternal spirit. Psychoses are imbalances at the level of thought, which are manifested in various areas, be they knowledge, judgment, perception, etc. But all of them directly influence relationships and the intimate experience of the spiritual being. Mental illnesses are the result of important transgressions to the sovereignty of the codes implicit in divine laws. These serious transgressions in our past lives have the effect of this type of illness in an infinite range of hues, from autism, schizophrenia, or schizophrenic psychosis, to a senile psychosis which manifests itself at the end of life, perhaps triggered by a saddening event which stimulates an area engraved in the mental body, giving as an effect to the transgressive cause this psychotic manifestation, present time at the end of life. The seriousness of a transgression causes a psychotic effect to be awakened at the beginning of life, or at the end of it, or even that, engraved in the perispirit of the being. It does not get to manifest through rescue in life of the guilt generated by this transgression. This guilt can only be removed by the intimate reform of the being and the redemption of the debt in life, and in this way, the gravity of this debt can often go unnoticed or manifest itself in nobler diseases, easier to cure. Guilt for transgression accompanies the whole being. He is aware of her, he is charged for her, he charges himself for her, and often out of mental weakness, he is driven to want to end his own life, committing suicide. Suicide, in fact, will damage your mental body, as it has damaged your physical body to such an extent that your mental body was also injured, which will be very difficult to repair, taking several reincarnations to rebuild the damaged physical areas so that the being able to think again, to recompose his mental body where the record is recorded, in order to be able to be modified. The depth of the injury at a subtle level will be the determinant that will direct the new body to be modeled, which will meet the evolution or evolutionary program of the being, adjusted to karma, which will direct its new life. The present moment of the orb, the circulating energies, the information, the seismic events, the response of nature, makes the emergence of psychoses even more feasible. Drugs, the stimuli of having in contempt of being, exaggerated pride, individualism to the detriment of one's fellow human beings, all this contributes to the stronger, more generalized psychoses. To this, you must add the action of obsessions, in which friends or enemies, from this or from other lives, attached to the type of vibration, connect, also detonating the records recorded in your black box and showing their effect on the present life. All blame for transgressions made to the sovereignty of divine laws are always the result of your actions against your fellow man, and may be due to persecution, having, vanity, wanting to appear, envy, jealousy, etc. Guilt can be generated by the betrayal of the similar in the different areas that this betrayal happens, because in general, every action that causes pain, injustice, humiliation, judgment, criticism, etc., to someone will generate guilt in your spirit, and it will be the cause for psychotic outbreaks, for any imbalance at different levels, the most serious and most difficult to resolve mental imbalance, because the concert is in the depths of the mental body. You have already been told a lot about the need for intimate reform, which acts at a subtle level in the depths of the being, giving new modeling at the DNA level, and in the DNA at the subtle level, or spiritual DNA known as GNA. And this reform can come to act at the level of chromosomal DNA, leading to the restructuring of your genes. The psychotic being lives isolated in his inner world, having this the greatest exposure in the autistic being, where, stuck to his own world, stuck to his faults, he isolates himself, ignoring the outside, and living exclusively in his inner world. In total imbalance for the acts committed in their past experiences. Intimate reform is the way. The harvested sowing brought psychotic effects, which only with the recovery of consciousness, of the physical brain, of the mental body, of the mind, after the payment of debts, can lead to seeing what must be reformed for the recovery of balance. Lots of light, lots of peace and harmony. Blessings and light.
Cosmic Consciousness. Book 4, The Integral Being. Chapter 14. TRANSACT Experiences and Mental Illnesses.